Today we're going to take a look at every healer in Overwatch, and I'm going to give you a couple helpful tips to help you play better in multiplayer and even competitive. Let me know down below in the comments, who's your favorite healer in Overwatch 2? Has it changed from Overwatch 1? I would honestly like to know because I've changed who I played a lot in Overwatch 2. So let's start off with the newest healer, Kiriko. Now Kiriko is definitely built up for 5v5. First off, we have the healing Ofuda. Channel a burst of healing talismans that can seek targeted allies. This is just a couple of cards you can actually throw. That's not an ally actually. Let's go to an ally. We can throw these cards at them. And also you can see that I'm just shooting 2 cards. You can actually have the option to do this. If you go into settings, go to options and go to change hero, and we can go to Kiriko. If you go down to toggle healing Ofuda, turn this off and you'll have the option to just shoot 2 cards rather than a full amount that you have on you. Next we have the swift step. This ability is great because you can teleport directly to allies even through objects. So I'm going to move over here, and as you can see, I can see my allies through the wall. Even way up here, I can teleport straight to my ally and start healing them if I need to. Great ability to have, especially if you need to reposition or if you're trapped and you have an ally near you. Next we have the protection Sutsu. Throw a protective charm to make allies become briefly invulnerable and cleanse of most negative effects. Now this ability is mainly a direct rival to Ana's ability. Ana has an ability that allows you to throw a biotic grenade, throws a grenade that heals and increases the healing on allies while damaging and preventing healing on enemies. The portion where it says preventing healing on enemies is the main part. This is an ability that is rough. You can't heal once she throws this grenade on you, but if you have Kiriko, you can actually get rid of the effects of Ana's grenade. This is amazing because if you're getting pocket healed and she throws a grenade on you, you can actually just get rid of it and start healing again. Next, for a passive, she has the wall climb. Similar to Genji, she can just climb up walls, but keep in mind she don't have a double jump. She can just climb, so you could climb and get to where you need to go. This is great to get away from enemies or just to reposition yourself. And for her alternate fire, she has the kunai. Throw a projectile that deals increased critical damage. And what it means by increased critical damage, this means that even if you're at range, you'll still do a lot of damage if you hit them in the head. As you can see, that was a lot of damage done to that robot. But if I shoot him in the chest, it only does a couple bars. And for our ultimate, we have the Kitsune Rush. Summon a Fox Spirit that rushes forward, accelerating the movement, attack speed, and cooldowns of allies that follow in its path. Now this just boosts the ability of every hero that's in its path. Think of it as a nano boost, but for everybody that's in that area. So you can use it, everybody will start shooting quicker. As you can see, I'm shooting my kunais a lot quicker, and my abilities come back pretty quick for that small period of time. And the main tip I have for Kiriko, she's just a character you want to stay on your toes with. You gotta be mobile. Next we have Ana. Ana's one of my favorite supports. She has the biotic rifle, long range rifle that heals allies and damages enemies. So you can shoot this at long range, pretty good amount of damage, and you can also heal your teammates just by shooting them. So you can already tell she's a character that you kind of want to stay back behind your teammates and heal them. You don't want to really be too aggressive. And she also has a sleep dart, just in case somebody walks up on you. You can fire a sleep dart that puts an enemy to sleep. And if I shoot her, she's gonna get put to sleep for a little bit, but if I shoot her, she will wake up and it'll interrupt the period of time that she would be asleep. So if you have an enemy that you believe that's going to kill you, you can put them asleep and just run away. And for the ultimate, we have the nano boost. Increases an ally's damage while reducing damage taken. So this is an ability that you can use so that your other teammates can be super aggressive. So similar to Kiriko's ability, this is only applied to one character. And so in my opinion, I would apply this to a tank or maybe a DPS that has their ultimate. They'll glow blue for the period of time. And like I mentioned before, she has the biotic grenade. This ability is just great. You can do a burst of healing, and while they're glowing, you can actually do a lot more healing. Or the other way around, you can throw it on your enemies and they can't heal at all during the period of time. Next, we have Baptiste. Baptiste is a great healer. He's also a hit scan support. As you can see, he has the biotic launcher, a 3-round burst gun, and he also can lob healing projectiles that heals all allies near the impact. So this is his primary fire. As you can see, it's fairly accurate. And for his alternate fire is healing grenades. And for his next ability, we have the Regenerative Burst. Activate to heal yourself and nearby allies instantly with additional healing over time. Instant heal is doubled for targets less than half health. He's less than half health. I'm going to heal. Great ability to have if you need to heal a lot of people at once. We also have the Immortality Field. Toss a device that prevents allies from dying. Device can be destroyed. So I just threw this on him. His health won't drop below this blue bar. Next, we have the Exo Boot passive. Hold crouch to jump higher. So as you can see, you hold crouch, you'll have this bar. Once it's fully charged, you can jump very high, but you don't have to charge it fully. You can charge it maybe halfway and go half the height. This is a great ability to get in a good position to maybe heal your teammates, because like I mentioned before, you have a grenade launcher, so it has a pretty big drop off. Being above your teammates allows you to aim this weapon a lot better. Next, we have the amplification matrix. This is a matrix that doubles the damage and healing effects of allied projectiles. So you can throw this in front of your teammates and you can allow them to do more damage, but you can actually use this to apply more healing also. It just amplifies any ability that you have. For her ability, she has the rocket flail, melee weapon with extended range. This ability allows you to actually just do some damage up close, and as you hit your enemies, it will apply healing to your surrounding allies. We also have the repair pack. It heals an ally for a short duration. So as you can see, these robots are pretty low. We're gonna just throw these on here, and it's just gonna apply some healing over time. You have a couple of these, so just don't throw them willy-nilly because you can run out and you won't have anything to heal your teammates. And it's not good to just be stuck with the flail because it doesn't heal that fast. And we also have the whip shot. Launch your flail forward to knock an enemy away from you. So we have this bot right here. As you can see, I'm gonna shoot my flail, and it knocked them off. It just does a little damage, knocks them back, and you just need to use it as a tool. You know, if they're near a ledge, you can knock them off, or if somebody's being way too aggressive, they're on top of you, you can just knock them back. Next, we have the barrier shield. It's just a mini Reinhardt shield, that's all it is. You have 250 health. You can put this up to protect you or, you know, some teammates. I mean, as you can see, it's not that big, so you're not really gonna be protecting many people. But another ability that the shield has is the shield bash, available when barrier shield is deployed. Dash forward to knock back an enemy. Kind of like the flail, you can knock back your enemy and stun them. As you can see, I knocked the bot back. So when somebody's too aggressive, you can just knock them back, or if you're playing aggressive, you can enter in with this ability and start doing damage with them. And for the passive, we have Inspire, dealing damage to enemies, heals nearby allies, like I mentioned before. And for the ultimate, we have Rally, move faster and provide extra health to nearby allies. So this is a Rally, and the effect will be right around her, and it's just will apply extra movement speed and, you know, healing. As you can see, the green bar below, but it will go away. She's not the best healer. If you're going against an enemy team and you need a lot of healing, she probably wouldn't be my first pick. If you're really aggressive and you're kind of steamrolling and you just need to play, you know, aggressive, you need somebody on the front lines with you as a support, she's great to have. But if you're just trying to like heal a lot, she's not the pick. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you that now. But a character that does do that is Mercy. She applies a lot of healing. As you can see, we have the conducive staff, hold to heal an ally. You can also hold to increase allies' damage inflicted. So as you can see, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna apply healing, and as you can see, it does a lot of healing. Mercy is one of the best pocket healers in the game because she applies so much healing, and she also has another ability, Guardian Angel, which allows her to fly towards an ally while in flight. Jump launches you forward and crouch launches you upward. Let's say you're across the map and you need to heal your teammates fast, you can zoom over there to them and start healing them. And you can also damage boost if you need to. Next, we have Resurrect, which is pretty much an insane move. You can get this about every 30 seconds. You can revive your dead teammates, so once he dies, I can bring him right back to life. This is a great move to use, especially if your tank goes down or you have a DPS that goes down. You can bring them right back and have them right back in the fight. We also have the Angelic Descent. You hold spacebar, you will fall very slowly. Okay, so I'm gonna fly to him, and as you can see, if I jump off, I can descent very slowly. For the passive, we have obviously the passive support role. On Overwatch 1, Mercy already had this ability, so they had to enhance it. So she has the regeneration passive as well. Support passive is greatly increased, so she regenerates health pretty quick. And for her ultimate, she has Valkyrie. Gain the ability to fly, abilities are enhanced. So all that once she goes into her Valkyrie. While you're healing, you can actually apply multiple streams of healing to multiple teammates or damage. Next, we have Mora. Now, I'm gonna give you my opinions on how to play her. I know right now in Overwatch community, people have a lot of strong opinions when it comes to Mora, and I feel them because, you know, a lot of people just don't heal with this character. They only do DPS, and we need more healing. We just need more healing with Mora. We got to get that going. So first ability, we have the Biotic Grasp. Hold to heal all allies in front of you. Consume biotic energy. Alternate fires the long range beam. Damage dealt heals you and replenishes your biotic energy. So this is her healing effect.
Such grievous moves.
She can do a good amount of healing, but as you can see, that bar on the side will deplete. And the way you fill the bar back up is you have to start doing damage. You really don't have to aim with this ability. It just does constant damage as long as you're around, which is pretty crazy. And this is what people like to do. They like to just sit here and use this ability, not heal their teammates, which you can't just fall for that. You need to do a perfect balance of healing and DPS. and some people just don't know how to balance that out. Next we have the Biotic Orb. Launch a bouncing spear that either heals nearby allies or damages nearby enemies. And the one on the right, the purple one, is the damage, and the one on the left is the healing one. So I'm going to throw this healing orb, and as you can see, it heals as it passes by your allies. It can bounce off walls. And you can also apply damage orb. It does the complete opposite, and this will also refill your bar for your healing. We also have Fade, disappear, move faster, and become invulnerable, but you cannot shoot. You can jump at the end of the phase, and it launches you in the air, and you can use this to get away to high places, away from people that can't get to high places. Just all around a good move to escape. And obviously she has the passive role, and for her ultimate she has Coalescence, fire a beam that heals allies and damages enemies. So it does everything all at once. You do damage and you heal all at the same time. It's a giant beam that you can just hold on your enemies. Next we have Lucio. Lucio is a character that is honestly very helpful when you use him right. You have the Sonic Amplifier, Sonic Projectile Launcher. This is it. It's fairly accurate. It has some travel time though, so you gotta account for that. Not a great long range weapon due to the travel time, but up close you can actually get a good amount of damage in, especially when you pair it up with a melee at the end of it. It's almost like an extra shot from his gun. Next we have the Crossfade, switches between two songs. Healing Boost heals nearby allies, and Speed Boost makes nearby allies move faster. I have the green on. This is the Speed Boost. Your allies will move faster, you will move faster in this ability. You can also switch it and go to healing. Everybody has passive healing pretty much. Supports passive healing that they have on them, but it heals everybody at once. But something you can also do is amp it up. It increases the effectiveness of your current song. So I can use this and it'll increase the healing that it does, and it also increases the speed. We also have the Sound Wave, create a short range blast to knock back enemies away from you. You can just use this and knock people back. Lucio also has the passive support role, and he also has the Wall Ride passive. This allows you to jump onto the wall and ride along it. And as long as I'm holding spacebar on the wall, he's gonna stick to it. And for his ultimate, we have the Sound Barrier. Create a temporary extra health for nearby allies. So you can just pop it, and as you can see, that extra green health, it deteriorates, but it's a good way to protect from a big initial burst of damage. And lastly, we got my man Zenyatta. He is a great support. He doesn't add a lot of healing, but he adds a good balance of healing and DPS. So we have the Orb of Destruction, energy projectile weapon, and his alternate fire is the ability to charge it and release more projectiles. So as you can see, we have his orbs that you can shoot. Does a really good amount of damage, and especially if you shoot at the head, you can apply a lot of damage. So we have 20 orbs. We can charge them up to max charge, and I'm gonna let it go. And as you can see, Junker Queen's already at half health, but you want to make sure you want to time this up right. You don't want to just sit out in the open and charge it up. Maybe sit around a corner, pop out at the last minute, and then let it go. Next we have the Orb of Discord. Launch this orb at an enemy to increase the damage they take. So you could throw this on, and they will take more damage. This is one of those abilities that I mentioned earlier that Kiriko can get rid of. You can apply this, but keep in mind Kiriko can get rid of this with her grenade. You can also apply a Harmony Orb to your allies. This will allow them to heal long as they're in your sight. This is honestly great because you can keep applying DPS while healing your teammates. And obviously he has a support role, and he also has a Snap Kick. This is a new ability that was added to Zenyatta. Quick melee damage increases by 50%, and its knockback is significantly increased. So if an enemy walks up on you, you can actually kick them back to get some distance. And for his ultimate, we have Transcendence. Become invulnerable, move faster, and heal nearby allies. Now this is an ability that in a way you can use it similar to Lucio. It's just an ability that heals all your teammates really quick, and you can save all your teammates from ult if you use it at the right time. As you can see, you just heal constantly. As long as you're near your allies, they will pretty much be invincible. You want to just make sure you use this ability at the right time because it can be so useful when managed properly. And Zenyatta is another one of those supports. You just want to stay back, you know, you don't want to be on the front line. If somebody walks up on you, you can kick them back, but you want to just stay back and shoot your orbs at a distance. He does a pretty good amount of damage at mid to long range, so there's really no need to be too aggressive. I hope you learned something from this video. I wanted to put a video out there to help out, you know, the support players. We've done the tanks, now supports, and next it's going to be the DPS. If you want to see more content like this, make sure you let me know down below by hitting that like button. I'll see you in the next video.